Hey, what's going on, everybody? DelVecchio here from websiteprofitcourse.com, and I'm going to quickly go into WordPress blocks. I just want to give you a couple ideas of how you might want to use these and a feature that you might not know about. I've been kind of figuring out how to use blocks since I created my WordPress 101 video, which I'll link up here in the top right. I created that video not long after the Gutenberg update happened and WordPress transitioned over from their classic editor to this block system. And they've made a lot of improvements since I made that video. Things operate a lot more smoothly now, and they changed the interface a little bit. But I think the most useful part of the block system is the ability to save blocks and reuse them. So we're going to do that here. I have a little call to action for my book, which is 3 blocks. It's just a headline, an image, and a button. So if I hit Shift and select all these blocks together, I can hit this 3 dot button up here and click Add to Reusable Blocks. And then we can title it. I'm just going to call it Book CTA for call to action. And this is going to be added to our reusable blocks, where if we want to put this at the bottom of any page, we can go into our blocks and find that block. Now the cool thing about this is you might say, where can I edit these blocks? Right now they don't have a built-in way to do it through the menus, but there is a way to do it. If you go over to the post page here, actually let me save this. We'll update that page, and I'm going to go over to the post page here. And if you look up at the URL, you can see that this URL is wp-admin/edit.php. And if we go over to the pages here, you can see that it uses the exact same template, that edit.php, but we have one parameter here called post type, and that's defining the post type as page. A WordPress page is really just a subset of a WordPress post. Now the way that you can get to the reusable blocks, replace this page variable with this right here, wp_block. So if I copy that in and paste it, we should get a page here that looks exactly like this, but instead of listing our pages or our posts, it's going to list our reusable blocks. That's what we have here. There's our book CTA. So if we ever want to update this reusable block, instead of doing it from within a post that it's used, you can put in that custom URL. And I'm going to also show you a way to add that to the menu. Let's first go to a page and add this new reusable block into a separate page. So I'm going to jump into the contact page, which is right now blank. This is actually 2 of my favorite programs, WordPress and Grammarly, but for some reason they're not great at working together right now. You can see that the Grammarly overlay goes right over top of that plus button for the WordPress block. But if I just type in CTA, we should be able to see our reusable block. And there you go. If I update this, we can go to the page and see how it looks on the live website. So everything looks good. Let's go back to WordPress, and I found a great blog post that explains how to add this to the menu. So let me pull that up. And here it is. This is BillErickson.net, and he seems to be very knowledgeable when it comes to custom WordPress code. And he gives you both a way to do it with the functions.php file, which is the way that I usually prefer to edit code within WordPress. And he also has a download to his GitHub page where you can get this as a plugin if you want to install it that way. But if I scroll down here, this is the code that we have to add to our functions.php file. And all it really is just this one function, which is built into WordPress, called add menu page. You can see this is the URL that we were just at, edit.php, post type, WP block. And it looks like they're also setting the icon to be used on the menu. So if I copy this code to my functions.php file, so to get there we go to Appearance, Theme Editor, and hopefully you have a child theme created. And within that you can go to your functions.php file. Looks like right now when you press enter it's giving you those comments. So let me paste that in. We'll save it and see if we get the new menu. So let me just go back to the dashboard and refresh this admin area. And there you go. It looks like we have the menu item, and if we jump into that, we get to the same page that we were at. So that's pretty awesome, isn't it? Like everything, you know, when new software updates come out like this block editor, most people are going to be angry at first. They're not going to like it. And the block system rolled out with a few problems that they, cleaned up over the course of several updates. I'm really liking it. I'm getting into a good process of using it across all my client websites and my personal websites. I transitioned almost every important page on all of those websites to blocks instead of using the classic editor. I'm definitely the type of person that, I jump into the new software. I'm not going to hang on to using the classic editor as long as I can. Start using WordPress blocks, get to know them, and start building your own custom blocks so you can do this kind of thing. Before you go, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you got any interesting ways that you use blocks, leave it in the comments below. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have a WP 101 tutorial. I expanded that into email training that'll get you up to speed with WordPress if you are more of a beginner, or maybe you're an intermediate user but you just want a little refresher. I'll link that up here in the top right where you can get access to that free WP 101 training. And yeah, like I mentioned, I'm interested in what you think of WordPress blocks. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Are you getting used to them? Do you find it easier to design with them? Most people that don't have a technical background, they get really frustrated by WordPress because it was difficult to design. And I think the block system, while not completely solving that problem, it's a step in the right direction. That's all I got for this video, and I hope this helped you out.